I was thinking that maybe we could move the date of the heist.
And these are the guys that Jimmy put together for what turned out to be the biggest heist in American history.
Now, he bought it a little later, but it had nothing to do with the heist.
Hey there, and welcome to Talkword. This is the show where we grab English words and, well, make them stick in your brain for good. And today we're starting with a story that's pretty strange and also really, really sweet. All right, let's just jump right in. Look at this number, 413,793. It's a big number, right? And it's so specific. So what do you think it is? Maybe the population of a small city? Or, I don't know, the price of a fancy car? Nope. The real answer is actually way tastier. Believe it or not, that's how many Kit Kat bars just vanished. We're talking more than 400,000 of them. That's 12 tons of chocolate. They were all loaded onto a truck, making their way from a factory in Italy all the way to Poland. But somewhere on that trip, the whole truck and every single one of those Kit Kats just disappeared. Poof, gone. You know, the official response from Nestlé, the company that actually makes Kit Kats, was pretty great. They had a little fun with it. They put out a statement saying they appreciate the criminal's exceptional taste, which is pretty funny, right? But of course, they also pointed out that, hey, this is still a really serious crime. Now, here's the interesting part. The news didn't just call this a theft. No, they kept using a different word, a heist, a chocolate heist. And that specific choice of words, that's what we're diving into today. So why heist? What makes a crime a heist? Let's figure it out. Okay, let's get into it. What is a heist? We're going from candy bars to vocabulary. We're going to look at what really separates a simple, everyday theft from, a big, flashy movie-style heist. So here's the official definition. A heist is a carefully planned and daring crime where someone steals a whole lot of money or really valuable stuff. So you're thinking like a bank robbery or stealing art from a museum or, a truck packed with 12 tons of chocolate. The two big takeaways here are carefully planned and daring. Think of it like a recipe. A heist has some key ingredients. First, you need detailed planning. This is not something you just decide to do on the spot. Second, the scale has to be big, or the items have to be super valuable. You wouldn't call snatching one Kit Kat a heist, right? But almost 500,000 of them? Oh yeah, that counts. It also usually involves a team, a whole crew working together. And finally, the whole thing is just daring. It's ambitious. It takes some serious guts. All right, so we know what goes into a heist. But to really get it, let's compare it to a word you probably use all the time, theft. Putting them next to each other makes the difference pop. Okay, look at this. It lays it all out perfectly. A theft, that can be simple, unplanned. You see an unlocked bike, you take it. It can be super small scale. But a heist, totally different beast. The plan is complicated, it's detailed, the value is huge. We're talking famous paintings, millions in cash. So that Kit Kat job, it involved a whole truck and a complex plan to make it vanish. That's a heist for sure, not just a theft. See? Knowing the little differences between words like heist and theft is what makes your English sound so much more precise, more natural. And hey, if you liked breaking down a word like this, I've got something you're really gonna like. So, let me ask you something. What if, anytime you ran into a new English word, you could get an explanation just like this one? An easy-to-understand breakdown that uses stories and examples to make it stick in your head. Well, that's exactly what our app, Talkword, does. You can look up literally any word and get a quick, fun, podcast-style explainer that helps you actually remember it. If you want to build your vocabulary the easy way, just search for Talkword in your app store and give it a try. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.